Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to get the lowest settlement with Internal Revenue Service for the Offer and Compromise program. As a former IRS agent, I worked at IRS for 10 years. I've been in private practice for 40 years. I am a national expert in IRS resolution matters, especially the offer and compromise. I taught the offer and compromise program at IRS. I used to accept offers and deny offers and compromise, and I was a teaching instructor for the offer and compromise program while at IRS. Peter Salinger of my office has worked over 2,500 in offers and compromise alone. He was a field branch chief for the offer and compromise program, and he too is a national expert. And today I'm going to talk to you about understanding how to get the lowest possible settlement with Internal Revenue Service. I sit here just shooting these videos here at home. If you want to see me in a coat and tie, go to my website at 777irs.com. You can see me on the national news. I've been on Fox twice, ABC, The Briefing Room, Washington Bureau, once, Newsmax, News Nation, CBS, NBC. More importantly, if you go to my website at 777, you can go ahead and team, which is really most important, and they're the highlight really of everything that I do. I do these videos for 3 reasons. So you do not get ripped off, you don't get scammed by people, and there's a lot of people in our industry that go ahead and do this. You hear the truth, and I give you insider information and secrets into the Internal Revenue Service. So as a former agent who worked the program, how do you get the lowest settlement? It's very simple, very, very simple. Listen to me, it's very simple. You have to know the formula. There is an offer and compromise formula. I would caution or urge all of you to go to the IRS pre-qualifier tool. It's just an IRS pre-qualifier tool for the offer, and find out from them what pre-qualifier tools say you can put in. Here pretty much is the only 2 things IRS is looking at. First of all, you have to be current filing your tax return, number 1. You have to be current on estimate payments if you're self-employed. Then IRS mostly is going to center around your financial statement. That financial statement with IRS, God, I've looked at so many of them. It makes me sick to even say the form. I cringe. I filled out so many. But IRS wants to see a 433A OIC if it's for your personal taxes, a 433 OIC if it's for business taxes. IRS is trying to look at to see if you qualify for the program. IRS is going to want to see documentation for the 433 OIC. They're going to want bank statements. They're going to want to see where you're spending your money, what your income is, what your expenses. They have a very given formula, and it's all centered around income, and it's all centered around your assets. I'm just going to give you a sprinkle of both. If you have the money to pay the tax and it's caught up in a pension or equity, but you can pay it, IRS is not going to accept an offer. So don't go reaching out to someone to say you can settle your debt for pennies on a dollar, because you can't. If you have the money, IRS is going to flatly reject the offer. I have a lot of calls. Well, I have money in my house, but I can't get it out. I have money in my 401, but I can't pay. I have money in my pension. IRS isn't going to accept your case. Don't bother. You're going to have to take your medicine and pay the tax, or hopefully the statute, you beat out the statute. The other thing is IRS is going to look at your income to expense ratio. Contrary to popular opinion, on the form, you put your expenses that you have, and you're going to say, well, gee, I hope IRS takes those expenses. They're probably going to not do that. Why? IRS has what's called a National Expense Program, a protocol for that. It's called the IRS National Standards. And what that is, it simply means that IRS is going to dictate to you what you can spend on expenses. And if you want to look them up yourself. IRS National Standards for food and clothing. IRS National Standards for housing and utilities. It's going to go to a state, then it goes to a county. IRS National Standards for car payments, and IRS National Standards for car expenses. Things like credit cards and all this extra stuff, it's disallowed. IRS is going to yank out. IRS is going to dictate to you exactly what they allow you to spend. And then there's a formula that they figure out, and they say, here is the lowest possible settlement you're going to get. If you don't understand that, then you're wasting your time going through the program. You need to know that. what I suggest to you is there's only 3 classifications of people that can work your case. Attorneys, CPAs, enrolled agents are the only ones licensed to talk to IRS on your behalf. What I suggest you do is you contact somebody like me or whoever you want, and you want to send that financial statement to that person to see if you qualify for the program. Don't give them the money. I would send the form, Zoom with that person, and find out, hey, can I really settle my debt for pennies on a dollar? There's a lot of scam people, a lot of rip-off people. Do not get caught up with the scammers, because they're going to make you believe, they're going to read scripts, you're talking to salespeople, and they're going to make you believe you can settle your debt for pennies on a dollar. You better be speaking to a tax professional, a true professional who has experience and a veteran in doing this before you try to settle your debt for the lowest amount. That's all I got. Give me a subscription if you would. You know why we need them? When you get a subscription, it looks like you have value to YouTube. I would appreciate you doing it. Thank you for the subscription. Go to my website at 777irs.com. Have a blessed day.